Good evening once again and welcome to UBC News Tonight at 10 p.m. with me, Sharon Chomdisha. We start off with the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, who has commended Huawei Technologies Uganda for its contribution to advancing information and communications technology in the country's education institutions. The First Lady made these remarks meeting the senior management team from Huawei Technologies Uganda, who came to State House Nakasero to update her on the progress of implementing digital education initiatives. Mrs. Janet Kataha Museveni was and expressed optimism for a continued partnership in 2024 with Huawei. Take a look.
Expressing her gratitude, the First Lady acknowledged Huawei's commitment to digitalizing the education system.
I must thank you yet again for what you have done so far and for really trying to work out a way that we can work with you and connect our universities. This would make work so easy and connect the ministry with public universities across the country. This is good. It shows that everything we requested of you, you took it seriously. You've worked on everything literally, and so we can count on you to really be good partners if we can do our part.
The First Lady made these remarks meeting the senior management team from Huawei Technologies Uganda, who came to State House Nakasero to update her on the progress of implementing digital education initiatives. Mrs. Janet Museveni expressed optimism for a continued partnership in 2024 with Huawei.
Our prayer is that, God willing, we can be able to work with Huawei. Maybe 2024 may get us to a place of beginning. Thank you and God bless you.
Huawei's Managing Director in Uganda, Mr. Jing Shangxing, pledged continued cooperation with the relevant ministries, including education and sports, information and communication technology, and national guidance. He highlighted Huawei's commitment to opening doors to employment opportunities, including the employment of 15 Ugandan interns and providing more free trainings on emerging technologies in 2024.
To cooperate with the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Minister of Education and Sports, and the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development for the 3rd Annual National ICT Job Fair 2024. Huawei commits for the next job fair to employ 50 interns and provide free 1,000 training opportunities in the latest emerging technologies.
In addition, Huawei's Public Relations Manager, Ms. Soma Muchala, shared that over 6,000 students from 15 universities received training in computing, security, datacom, and artificial intelligence under the Huawei ICT Talent Development Program. Baguma William, reporting for UBC.
Addressing challenges of climate change has been lined up among the issues for serious discussion in the upcoming Non-Allied Movement Summit. Uganda's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Adonai Yebare, says negotiations are underway on climate financing to ease transition from fossil fuel to clean energy. This comes barely weeks after the recently held COP28 in the United Arab Emirates.
On matters of climate change, it has been observed and confirmed that developing countries emit less but suffer more. This underscores the need for topmost and extensive discussion to address these challenges. The success of this will require bringing on board both developing and developed countries.
We have just come from Dubai, COP28, where the group of 77 developing, in the umbrella of developing countries, the largest negotiating group, worked together to get some of the concessions you have seen in the outcome of COP28. Developing countries they emit less emissions, but they are the most affected by climate change.
This is why the matter will inevitably find its way to the discussion table during the upcoming Non-Aligned Movement Summit.
So we are negotiating issues of climate finance, issues of just transition from fossil fuels to clean energy, and also we are holding the developed countries accountable for funding, which they promised a while ago, the 100 billion and more funding. Because it's one thing to say that developing countries should implement climate change initiatives, but we are the less emitters, but funding is a big elephant in the room.
The Non-Aligned Movement Summit is a forum bringing together mainly developing countries from across the globe. The next summit is due to take place in Uganda. And
locally here, the preparations are going well. You found me here at the venue, which is Mnyonyo's Peak Resort. The venue is getting ready. It's going to be ready. And we are ready. As agenda as the chair of NAM is to maintain the cohesiveness of the movement, the non-aligned movement, to make sure that developing countries act in solidarity among themselves, but also on the global stage. We negotiate as a cohesive group to get the benefits that will help developing countries.
More than half of the 120 member countries have confirmed attendance. Key objectives on the agenda include effective implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Developing countries are get together to address issues of common interest, but also global issues of what is going on in the world. You know, the geopolitics is very fluid. The implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, is lagging behind among developing countries. To address the challenges of funding, how to access funding, the issue of debt has also led to the slowing down of implementation of SDGs and other common interests that affect developing countries.
Both the Non-Aligned Movement and G77 plus China summits will take place in January 2024 in Kampala, Uganda's capital city. Henry Okrut, UBC.
The Uganda Muslim Special General Assembly, tasked with investigating the alleged sale and auctioning of Muslim mosques, including the National Mosque, has requested Mufti Shaban Mubaje to step aside for 6 months to facilitate commencement of investigations. Out of 264 members of the General Assembly, 183 members were present. Deputy Mufti of Uganda, Muhammad Semambo, has been elected to be the acting Mufti of Uganda until this issue is resolved.
The decision was disclosed during a meeting held at Gangu Islamic Secondary School.
We are not here to wage hands. We are not here to fight. We are here to correct, because we are involved in democracy.
In recent months, Uganda National Mosque and some associated properties faced auction following the reported sale of Sembabule land. A court ruling mandated the seizure of the property within 30 days, leading to varied reactions within the Muslim community. Some members pledged to fundraise for the mosque's recovery. In response to the situation, President Museveni intervened, causing a divergence from the court's directive. A special Muslim General Assembly chaired by Haji Badru Sabira and Secretary General Hamza Wandera has established to formulate a resolution as investigations unfold.
There are issues trending in the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council that are portraying the institution negatively.
December 2022, the powers of the Electoral Commission were hijacked by the Mufti. So, the powers belong to the Electoral Commission to conduct the election of the person of the chairperson of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council.
I never had the chairman, and I regard the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council not to be having the chair until now. So since the court has come now for a special meeting, I request that we do come into election again to get another chairman representing Uganda Muslim Supreme Council.
Subsection 3 saying that Uganda Muslim Supreme Council General Assembly members propose and elect the name or names of those they think should be the chairman of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council General Assembly.
Follow the agenda, I propose the name of Mwenye Hashim from Eastern Region.
The General Assembly's call for Mufti Shaban Mubaje to step aside underscores the gravity of the matter and the need for thorough inquiry.
Propose this special General Assembly to recommend His Eminence to step aside, so that we carry out the proper investigations.
Eminence, the Mufti of Uganda, who is proclaimed to be the leader and head of Islam, should be set aside due to public interest.
I'm here to second the motion of my brother Odoka, His Eminence Mufti. According to the Muslim community I represent from Churubura, they are requesting, because they love him, they respect him, but they want him to step aside due to the community demand.
Moved a petition to put aside His Eminence the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Ramadan Mubaje. It's because of the magnitude of problems we faced, financial mismanagement, and then even management of the council itself. So enough is enough. Muslims have become a laughing stock. We say let him be put aside, pending investigations to be proven guilty.
I was called in to come and support them as a neutral chairperson, to guide them as they are discussing issues, which we have done today. I presided on this meeting. In this meeting, they have identified issues that are in the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council that are not moving well, and they have decided to suspend His Excellency, His Eminence the Mufti for 6 months, and then they have asked the deputy to take care. They have also put in place an ad hoc committee that is going to investigate the issue of the Supreme Council. For the time they are going to work is going to be decided tomorrow, the period they are going to be given, because we are still consulting on lawyers.
Jamil Sekaja, UBC News.
Now, over 4,000 people, residents of 3 villages in Kansanga Parish, situated in Machinde Division, stand to be displaced after KCCA recently demolished some of their houses. Watch.
Residents of Heritage Zone, Chiwafudi and Kalungu villages in Kansanga Parish, Machinde Division, were recently at odds with the KCCA law enforcement officers who demolished their houses for allegedly settling in wetlands.
Ebyapa ku mataka gano ngaggwera bw'olina ebyapa w'osula, abantu balina endagaano zaabwe ku mataka gaabwe eno gye basula, ng'era naawe bw'olina obwannannyini ku kikyo gy'osula.
The tense situation prompted military and Uganda Police Force enforcement to intervene and calm down tempers of the residents who had protested. Tear gas and rubber bullets were used to disperse them. Some of the protesters were seen lying in mud as a way of expressing their grievances, as others carried placards that exhibited their status.
Mama
Saturday morning, UBC TV revisited the villages and many residents expressed worry over where to relocate.
Tunakulaba konna ngate naffe twagulawo ssente era takantu limeje kuya chapa sigama ntwesinza bwesinza ng'abamu babyogera
mbeyi naye nagenda okomawo olweggulo ng'ennyumba zonna ziri wansi nga sikyalina na waakusula kaakati mbadde nsaba muzeeyi Pulezidenti Museveni atuyambe ffe abantu abali eno mu kitala nga n'abaliraanyeewo atuyambe atuweereza obuyambi kuba abantu bonna baabasenguddewo bamu baabamenyedde amayumba abamu tebalina waakusula.
Mazima ki ekyokuzzaako tetumanyi kikyakuzzaako kuba nze kennyini nagezaako babuuza kati mutumenye kiki ekiddako mutugamba tuveewo naye kyekiddako ne bagamba gwe mujjemu bujja bintu ffe nkya tumenya.
Tugolaba ku kyalo kuno yakwata ssente ze najja n'agula ettaka lye ku kibanja kye. Tulina bannannyini ttaka ebyapa babirina ttaka era ng'abantu tulina kyo bagamba nti bajja ne beesenza bwesenza. So kakati eno KCC byejja nga egamba abantu kusooka yaze yekwesa namyala yavudde ku mwala ate neeranduka kati egamba eyagala eno kusimbayo miti twesenza simanya bakola ki naye ng'amazima gali nti mpozi ng'oba oliawo waliwo abali interested mu ttaka lino lye tuliko nga baagala odditwala naye ekyamazima amakulu agaliwo sigeego ge babagamba.
Jimmy Chimbugwe, a husband of two and father to a bunch of children, said they now sleep in a small shop from which they initially used to earn a living.
Abaana mbakuumira mu dduuka wala obuliri basula mu foreign abo ebisenge bibiri byonna bye tubadde tukozesa okusulamu byonna byamenyeddwa.
According to them, they allege that the mockery words stated by the Minister of State for Kampala Affairs Kabuye Chofato Gabye hit them straight to the nerve.
Amayumba ngaago gonna ago gwolaba ti bonna bagenda kumenyebwa ti Minister Chofato Gabye yazze wano n'atowa woda ndi amayumba ago gonna gamenyebwe n'amala amayumba ge mulabya amangi nnyo ge bamenye abakazi bamufuna mpola abakazi abalina ziironi abakazi bennakawasereza PDM bonna bali awo.
Abantu batukoze iki amazzi gatusazeeko kuba bw'ojja n'obeera mu kintu ekitali kiki ebiddako tebiba biki muntegedde bulungi kati wano embeera eno kyaki temulina nagizzaawo kati embeera y'ensi ekugamba nviira bw'otogiwuliriza ejja kukugjawo kati ate bwekugjawo ng'atoleka nti gavumenti ekukole ki naye naffe gavumenti tukyasobola kuyamba oyo omukyamu tukuyamba tukutwala mu kkomera kati mufo ky'okukusiba temuzzaawo kanisa eno musabe Katonda mwoyo abalage ekifo ekirala kyenaalukoleramu.
Kansanga Parish Chairperson Francis Seguya laments over the impact of the operations that has left residents in shock.
Abantu abo baleeta okumenya bakifeesi bubbi nti abamu amayumba agolaba agasigaddewo agamu bo abamu babadde babajjako ssente abamu babajjako miliyoni 4 ssente mmeka ti ogenda kusigalawo.
Even when they seek the President's intervention and demand for compensation, the Deputy Executive Director KCCA Engineer David Luimbazi said they will not compensate those who encroached on wetlands.
Abwenkanya nga buyita mu compensation kubanga bo basazeewo nga baagala ekifo kyabwe bwe tuli aweeya nga basasula abayinula naffe tuli aweeya batusasule tuveewo batwale enkulaakulana zaabwe mu maaso.
Olina ekyapa kati ffe nga KCCA ffe tulina obuyinza okukkiriza okubaako kyokola oba kyotalina kukola kati bw'oba olina ekyapa mu lutobazi tetusobola nga KCCA kuwa olukusa kuzimba waliwo ebintu byosobola okukolerayo nga kulimirayo kuteekayo kulimirayo maybe ng'omuceere mayuni ebyo osobola obikolera mu lutobazi aba tokosa nkola ya lutobazi.
The operations along Ogabamunyonyo Road come at a time when the country is preparing to host the Naman G77 plus China summits early next year. I'm Ivan Juko for UBC.
Thank you so much, Ivan Juko. In a major validation of the UPDF's construction expertise, the Uganda Institution of Professional Engineers has commended the military's meticulous refurbishment of the Mandela National Stadium. With 85% of the project complete, Ugandans can soon expect to cheer their national teams on home soil once again, according to Lieutenant Colonel Peter Chidamuka, the project engineer. This was revealed during on-the-site visit and status update of the stadium by the team from Uganda Institution of Professional Engineers. Take a look. Lieutenant Colonel Peter Chidemuka, the lead project engineer at Mandela National Stadium, took the team from the Uganda Institution of Professional Engineers on a site visit to assess the progress. He expressed optimism that the renovations are on track to meet, if not exceed, their goals.
I request them to be patient because at least they've been waiting. And on record, the shortest time for renovation of a stadium is 3.5 years. We are not even more than 1.5. So the issue of hurrying to make us make mistakes is not good. And two, most of materials used in the stadium are imported. Floodlights, they have a lead time, 80 months, 1 year. We did all that at the beginning, so they are still on the way. But as a pitch, a stadium is not only the pitch. It involves other facilities. The sewage system, all of them must be ready before a pitch is used.
Mandela National Stadium, a beloved landmark in Uganda's sporting arena, has been undergoing extensive upgrades and renovations since 2019. The project, overseen by the UPDF Engineers Brigade, aims to modernize the facility and create a world-class sporting venue.
The water systems, the dressing rooms, they are to FIFA standards. The pitch itself is very unique, modern technology. The way you have been seeing those of Emirates, where it is exactly what we have produced here.
The renovations have addressed some of the stadium's previous challenges, such as counterfeit tickets and overcrowding. On their part, the engineers from the Uganda Institution of Professional Engineers were elated with the work accomplished by the UPDF so far.
Witnessed the design of a modern stadium, which comes along with a unique technology. It is a smart stadium. Everything is unique. We've been looking at those stadiums in Europe. We spend a lot of money, we spend a lot of time going to Europe to witness these technologies, but I'm just so happy that everything has been brought here on our land. And I would like to thank the President of Uganda for entrusting our local contractors.
The revamped stadium is expected to host major sporting events beyond just football, including rugby and other athletic competitions. Sharon Chomdisha, UBC News. Mbale Resident City Commissioner John Rex Chile, together with Mbale City Police, have arrested 7 Parish Development Model Committee leaders for alleged misappropriation of Parish Development Model funds. The suspects have been identified as John Wazombe, the chairman of Napoli Upper, Agre Mudanji, the chairperson of Napoli Lower, Moses Mwaka, the chairperson of Napoli Central, Stephen Wanyakamo, the chairperson of Wokwaba Central, and others in police cells. According to Mr. Chile, these have been hiring IT experts and conniving with a section of staff in some banks to hack into PDM accounts and access funds.
In this matter, what happened is that the chairperson went and got expertise from some quack experts within the system of the PDM, who went and told the chairman that you give us your passwords and your credentials so that we process the whole money outside the bank and you give us kickbacks. Some chairman called Moses, out of 76 people, paid 38, 33, 36 were not paid. In Napoli Central, now Moses Mwaka, the chairperson, went and fidgeted the system. They paid 34 people out of 76. In Wakwaba Central, chairperson called Stephen went and also worked out with some other broker called Ronnie. They tampered with the system and paid 47 people and 28 were not paid. These people worked with the promise and the promise to give them the kickbacks of 50,000 to 200,000. So the instructions of the president is that nobody should deduct any money from the beneficiaries. People must get their 1 million shillings. What we did was to surround up all these chairmen. 7 of them are now in the police trying to help in the investigation. This network is not only for the 7. But we have all the evidence that some of the staff, some of the people in the city administration are involved, and some others also who are tellers in the bank are also involved. So the investigation is wide, and it is going to capture and surround very many people.
People living with disability have called on government and implementing partners to inclusively be integrated in planning framework programs and projects in the country. Now, this was during the stakeholders dialogue that focused on tackling the challenges faced by persons with disabilities in refugee and displacement communities. The dialogue was organized by the Norwegian Refugee Council, NRC.
Norwegian Refugee Council, NRC, has organized a dialogue with people living with disabilities to forge a way on how their challenges can be addressed. The dialogue was under the theme United in Action to Rescue and Achieve the Sustainable Development Goals for Persons with Disabilities. Dixon Odor, the media and communication specialist at Norwegian Refugee Council, emphasizes the importance of developing and implementing policies that prioritize the needs of persons with disability.
Altogether different persons with disability, so that we can talk to them and to find out some of the challenges that they are having, and from finding out some of the challenges that we're having, develop programs that are well geared towards having solutions to some of the challenges that you're having. Because at the end of the day, it's not us to develop solutions for some of their challenges. These solutions come from them. As we're enablers, we enable them to find solutions.
The representatives of persons with disabilities noted that people with disabilities continue to experience exclusion from government programs like PDM, and others are now calling for inclusion.
There are more than 60,000 villages in this country. If in each village a person with a disability was to benefit from PDM over a period of 5 years, we are talking of an army of entrepreneurs that will have come up as a result of this intervention. And this will help government and the people with disabilities and their families in two ways. Increase the ability to buy goods and services. And I recall, each service or good that is paid for attracts 18% VAT. Imagine how much money we would be contributing to the coffers of government if people were enabled.
On all partners, whenever you have any program of people living with disabilities, refugees living with disabilities, please consult us. We are your consultants in terms of disability inclusion, because we know ourselves. We don't want to make assumptions for us when we are still alive. Please consult us.
Productive and decent work enables people with disabilities to realize their aspirations, improve their living conditions, and participate more actively in society. Zahara Abigaba, UBC News.
Makerere University College of Humanities and Social Sciences Department of Philosophy has challenged scientists to respect human values in this era of technological advancement. Now, the head of Department of Philosophy at Makerere University, Dr. John Barugahare, is of the view that philosophy needs to be employed in all disciplines as the world transforms using technology.
Philosophy simply means how people understand the environment and how to make sense of it to exist, or it is a guiding principle for behavior.
It is in fact the one that even helps us to demarcate the boundaries of other disciplines, including the boundaries of science. That is why, while we have science, in science, in natural sciences, we also have a form of science in philosophy called metaphysics. That just goes to tell you how important, in terms of making sense of, human societies, this discipline is. It's the one that gives us the wisdom of how to engage with our environment.
Now, Makerere University College of Humanities and Social Sciences Department of Philosophy is calling upon scientists to be mindful when innovating technologies to minimize harm to the people.
We can't forget about human values. Okay, you have heard people talking about how, the advancements in communication, the softwares we use to get in touch with others have sort of cut off people from physical interactions with others. And, our job is, as philosophers, is to reflect on the things that ought to be done with regard to science and technology, and of course many other things. And I must say that actually there is philosophy of everything, and there is ethics of everything. And if we are to move in the direction we want to move as a humanity and be sure that we are certain about what we want, then we cannot avoid philosophical reflections and ethical reflections on the implications on our human endeavors in that pursuit of our socio-economic transformation.
The Deputy Director in charge of Administration and Graduate Training in the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, Dr. Kikoma Julius, emphasized that philosophy is key in all aspects of human development and transformation.
But philosophy helps us to bring back the humanity in whatever we do. That's why it is a very foundational course to help us use that understanding of the role of humans in human societies in looking at how the future will be, especially with all these advances.
Makerere University College of Humanities and Social Sciences Department of Philosophy acknowledges that technology plays a key role in transformation, but the developers need to identify the risks posed for the good of humanity. Adia Nakote, UBC.
Isolate those things and then afterwards we package them. These are back.
Government has been asked to amend and lower the age limit for the beneficiaries of the Social Assistance Grant for empowerment from 80 to 60 years. Proponents of this narrative say it will widen the scope of coverage, thus register greater economic empowerment as more elderly persons will benefit. This goal was made by Rose Kaitese, the woman councillor Mulago 3 parish in Kawempe South constituency, as she presided over Christmas bonanza for elderly persons of Chifumbira zone in Kamocha, a Kampala suburb.
For years now, government has been extending financial support to the elderly persons under the Social Protection Grant for Empowerment Program SEG, with the sole purpose of eliminating choking poverty, especially among senior citizens. However, due to the age limit attachment, people like Sekabira Nur are left out despite his age and health condition. 70-year-old Nuru Sekabira is a former electrical engineer who for the last 9 years has been suffering from an unknown disease that keeps him in a shaking condition for hours.
I no longer work due to my health condition. I cannot provide for my family. It hurts when I talk for long. I was at Mulago for 1 month, then Naguru for 1 month, but in vain. The shaking only stops once I fall asleep.
Sekabira Nur is one of the many elderly persons who have benefited from the Christmas bonanza courtesy of Rotary Club of Bukoto. Sekabira feels extremely honored to receive this package, which is worth 50,000 shillings only.
I am grateful for the items I have received. It means a lot for me and my family.
Like him, Ben Anabakema and Christiana Namolindwa are overjoyed by the gesture.
I am happy for what these people have done for us. I did not even have soap, so I am grateful for that. May God bless you.
While witnessing the distribution exercise, Rose Kaitesi, the woman councillor Mulago 3 parish in Kawempe South constituency, lauded Rotarians for the gesture, pointing out the need for other corporations to borrow a leaf.
I appeal to government to work with organizations that are pro-people like Rotary Club.
However, Kaitesi was not shy to state that this is a drop in the ocean given the living conditions most elderly persons are in.
Betaavu bali mu bwetaavu kubanga abakadde bano mulaba naddala bali mu slums bantu banaku.
Some of them have lost all the children because of different diseases. Some of them have never produced any child. And actually some of them are just stuck in the slum area. They even no longer know their homes. And they are not employed. And they have no income at all.
It is for this reason that Kaitesi calls on government to revise and lower the age limit for beneficiaries of the SAGE program.
I thank government for SAGE programs that is benefiting the elderly aged 80 and above. But I request that even those of 60 years are considered because all of them are needy.
Meanwhile, the elderly have been advised to refrain from holding on self-pretty, as it is a renowned vehicle to depression. Docas Kimono compiled this report.
Indeed, take some water. Moving on from that, the District Governor 9213 Edward Kakembo Nsoga has conducted a mid-term review of the district's initiative with emphasis on prioritization of international partnerships and membership growth. Kakembo was addressing 9,213 district leaders to whom he emphasized on increasing membership for greater income. Sudat Kai reports.
The District Governor 9213 Edward Kakembo Nsoga has called for more donations to the Charity Foundation, emphasizing that every contribution, regardless of size, makes a difference. Kakembo made the remarks at a mid-term review of the district's initiative of the year.
Rotary International's number one internal priority is membership. Without members, we cannot have clubs. And also, I've been focusing on the foundation giving. Foundation, this is the money we give to the foundation to ensure that we do good in the world, to make sure that we make this world a better place than the way we found it. So that was the main focus, but also of telling our story. We're encouraging clubs that we need to tell our story. Rotians, we do a lot of things.
He recognized innovative projects by clubs, especially in impact-driven initiatives within communities.
So we're still focused on increasing our membership, because that means more income is coming in. That means more hands are joining in to go and serve humanity, but also to ensure that we give money to Rotary Foundation, however small it is.
The incoming governor, District 9213 Anning Koto, set to take office in July next year, says emphasis will be on addressing and tightening internal systems for improved efficiency and effectiveness.
And one of the areas that we will focus on are the internal governance systems. There are many issues that we need to address. We need to tighten our systems, we need to streamline our systems, and so we will be building on that. In Rotary, we build on the progress that has been made and ensure that whatever it is that we do is sustainable.
Lieutenant David Serawude believes that structure changes and legal compliance in response to Uganda's requirements for non-government organizations receiving external funding is paramount.
There are two options that have been given. One, to register each and every Rotary Club as an NGO board, as an NGO, or two, to register the Rotary office, which now represent as a trust, so that it represents other clubs.
Emmanuel Lukera, the district Rotaract representative, asserted that working together is an obligation, emphasizing unity and collaboration among Rotarians.
But our biggest challenge thus far is getting to many more people to be part of the Rotary experience. Like I said earlier, either through joining us as a member, through joining us as a partner, a company, an individual, but also through being a beneficiary of our various engagements.
The district is also preparing for the 99th conference, which will give an opportunity to connect, share experiences, and celebrate collective accomplishments.
We've worked so hard. We've done projects, we've been working hard, we've been giving back to the communities. So we need to come together as members of District 9213 to come and see what we can do so that we can be together, we can celebrate together, we can look at our milestones.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Stakeholders in the tourism and wildlife studies sector in Kasese district have expressed concern over the community's low uptake of courses related to tourism. They say the number of students taking courses related to tourism and wildlife research has gone down as a result of taking children to medical courses. Take a look.
Uganda Wildlife Research and Training Institute has now embarked on community sensitization and awareness programs to increase the public's knowledge about the school's capacity to improve tourism studies.
As I sensitize people that if they follow this trend, certainly there is a lot to benefit out of it. People think that when they take their children in the health training institutions, they can be able to reap much. I'm telling you, this trade is like any other trade, and it's really for it is hands-on. You can be able to get what to do within your environment, within your locality.
Speaking to some of the parents in Kasese district, it was highlighted that the high hopes in their children led them to take their children to medical studies.
Well, this is a public institution, and I think the only one in the country of its nature, which does a little bit of a difference between other colleges because they train more than giving academic. So they are both eyes and hands-on. But my observation has been clearly seen that we, the people of Kasese, have not impressed. And that's why I was trying to wonder whether it is the parent, maybe non-information, or it is because the institution has not given us the sample of what they do.
After community sensitization in different parts of Kasese district, parents promised to take their children for tourism and wildlife research studies. They called upon their parents in Kasese district to support the tourism sector by taking their own courses related to tourism and wildlife research studies.
The community of Kasese was not fully aware of the institution. Since we are now informed and aware that the institution is allocated in our district, I advise Kasese community, Kasese district as large, we use this chance not to take our children outside the district, and yet we have the institution that is within the district that has come to help our children to have good education.
Ivan Juko, Moses Mutabali for UBC.
Well, let's take a short commercial break and we'll be back with more stories.
Meet Stone Atwine, the co-founder of Eversend, a startup that is building financial technology from Uganda to the world. From currency exchange to business banking, Stone and his team are doing it all. Stone embodies the grit and the commitment to take a startup from nothing to something. Stone, keep building. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Download the Eversend app or visit eversend.com, and together, let's support Ugandans like Stone who are driving our country's unstoppable progress.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 1185 86 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Titus, you need to take your medicine.
But mom, they are playing without me.
Here, swallow your medicine fast. I don't want you to get another headache from that infection.
Medicines help us feel better when we are ill, but sometimes they can cause side effects. By reporting side effects, you help us learn about the medicine we use. This improves quality of care for each patient. Always report suspected side effects to NDA. Together, we can make medicines safer for everyone. This message is brought to you by National Drug Authority with support from Global Fan.
Thank you so much for still watching and staying with us on UBC TV. We continue with our business stories where Century Bottling Company, commonly known as Coca-Cola, has launched this year's Kampala Caravan with the aim to reach out to its customers but also those in need during the festive season. The Coca-Cola Caravan will cover all areas of Kampala Metropolitan and Entebbe.
Coca-Cola Company has launched its annual Christmas Caravan campaign where communities are reached and gifted with different items during the festive season, giving the company opportunity to connect with its customers.
Currently we look forward to reward with a couple of hampers, a bit of like food stuff. So basically all the basic, couple of basic needs that we believe are so important during this festivity.
So how many people are you targeting?
Of course, for now we are saying everyone that we'll be able to reach out to. We don't have a particular number, but our intention is to try to reach out to almost everyone that will be along the ways where we shall be moving with our caravan drive, and also in the key centers, as I had said.
The caravan was flagged off at rail grounds in Kampala. The caravan will cover all areas of Kampala Metropolitan and Entebbe.
The only difference what we're doing this year is we are encouraging Ugandans to be able to become also Santas, to become father Santas for other people.
The company has encouraged all people to reach out to others with a spirit of sharing in order for everyone to feel cared for during this festive season.
Bino byebifo byemugenda okucekaliye mu Uganda singindenga bino mukabya Desemba tugenda ku Entebbe Resort Beach omuli Africa Band Alien Skin n'abayimbi abaliko era Boxing Day Palasa Shiba kwa Kamwesi
Shiba Karungi, and I'm calling you out on Boxing Day at Kamwesi Mall.
Abayimbi abalala bangi asitatu mu Desemba tugenda kwa Sheraton Gardens Radio for UG Mix Dance Party Dr. Jose Chameleon Big Size Baby Cool Shiba Karungi n'abalala bangi asitatu mu Desemba Masindi tugenda kwa Radio 7 UG Mix Dance Party lumu January 2024 tweyiwa ku Resort Beach Entebbe olwo lumu January era tugenda kwa Africa Band kwa Kamwesi kati gwomanyi gyona agenda bitikikibwa Baitu Group Limited bitendwa mu sente Leonard Contractors Mild Worries Balam Sounds Baitu Group
Where you go MTN.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. And lastly, in our last segment, which is the sports stories, the Victoria Pearls, Uganda's senior women cricket team, has qualified for the 2024 ICC T20 World Cup Global Qualifier 2024 after defeating Tanzania by 10 runs in the semi-finals of the 2023 ICC T20 World Cup Africa Qualifier, played this Saturday evening at Entebbe Lakeside Oval. Take a look.
The East African Derby was a close contest from the word go. Uganda lost the toss and was forced to bat first, struggling in the power play, posting only 6 runs for 3 wickets against Tanzania's clinical bowlers. Uganda found foot in the middle overs with a 90 runs partnership between Rita Musamali, 35 not out, and Stephanie Nampina, 51 runs, giving Uganda a total score of 99 runs for 4 wickets in 20 overs. The defense was not different for Uganda, and yet again Rita Musamali's 3 wickets in 3 overs, Janet 3 in 4 plus run-out wickets were able to help Uganda to limit Tanzania to 89 runs all out in 19.2 overs, winning the game by 10 runs. With this win, Uganda qualifies for the 2024 ICC T20 Global Qualifiers in Dubai and the Africa Qualifier Finals slated for Sunday at the Entebbe Lakeside Oval. Uganda will be facing Zimbabwe, who defeated Namibia by 86 runs in the other semi-finals.
We still kept hope alive because everyone believes in the abilities. The batters, Stefan and Rita Musamali, did the greatest job we've ever needed them to do for us as a unit. So for us as Victoria Pearls, we are very grateful for their efforts they showed out there. And with the bowling, we really gave in our best because what we're defending weren't that much for a T20 over game, but the fielders gave in their best and the bowlers gave in their best. That's how we came to the finishing line of ending up with a win. But the fans never left us out. Even when the wickets were falling down, we really thank our fans. They really came in big number and shouted. But to us, we are grateful for, first of all, qualifying and playing with them on the globals.
The girls tried to play on our plan, though it didn't go very well on our plan. Even our opponents were a bit strong as well. They bowled very well. They really bowled very well. They weren't giving any room of scoring any runs, and they weren't even giving us any extras. So we had to see a way how to adjust. The batters did well, most especially the middle order batters. They came and backed themselves up. And the bowling unit also did a very good job.
Uganda returns to the global qualifiers yet again. The last time they were at the globals, they did not make it past the globals. But this time, we hope Uganda will make it out of the globals and head to the 2024 World Cup in Bangladesh. Grace Joyce Kemgisa, UBC News.
Now, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation was honored with a trophy for being the Best Media Sports House of the Year 2023 on the night of the Friday, the 15th of December, during the Corporate League dinner at Imperial Royal Hotel.
Everyone's a winner. That was the motto on the night, according to the Master of Ceremonies, Brian Mulondo. The 2023 Corporate Games Dinner Awards happened at the Imperial Royal Hotel on Friday, 15th December. These games happen annually with the main ambition to inspire corporates through sports.
The winners tonight, the different companies. I've seen a couple of friends that I used to cover as a journalist. My journey started at UBC, I'm proud of that. For any journalist who has not gone through UBC, I'm very sure there's something they missed out. I was trained by Andrew Patrick Luandaga, Eddie Kachinda, and James Opoka. May their souls rest in peace, eternal peace. But I believe that UBC really deserves this award. Not so many people are going to come out and cover your games, because some of them take them for fun, entertainment. But I believe that that moment when everyone walks onto the pitch, they want to play, they are excited.
Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC, won the Best Media Sports Award for their exceptional dedication and service when it comes to covering sports events in the country compared to any other media house.
Of course, much as we did not participate oftenly because some of our staff were always very, very busy, but we always ensure that UBC is always available to participate and also to give this coverage to the corporate teams. We are excited to have won this trophy as the best media partner, and for us we are very excited. It gives us joy that at least out there are people who appreciate the job we do. There are people who love what we do, and it's a great honor indeed.
This game started in 2018, and despite being affected by the COVID pandemic along the way, they have continued to grow and help many corporate companies connect and, in addition, have a healthy lifestyle outside of office.
Primary benefit of employees coming to participate in corporate games is that their health is guaranteed, their physical fitness is guaranteed. Because when employees are physically fit, definitely the output at workplace is good. It is very good because the rate of falling sick reduces. Most of the corporates who have been in the games today, they have testified that when they join the corporate games, they feel that they get back to work the next day when they're physically fit.
PKF Uganda were crowned this year's champions as they dominated in the various disciplines. Marshall Miro Victor, UBC News.
That's all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sharon Chamjishan from the team, and I have a lovely and blessed night. Bye-bye.